Hey friends, and welcome back to my channel. I did show you guys in a craft haul video that I got a bunch of paint samples because I want to show you what you can do with free paint samples in your craft room. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so I'm going to put these to the side. I have two different die sets. Both are from the stamp market, and we're going to be using Blossom background, and then I'm going to make another card off camera using the Bloom Pattern Builder. The one that we're going to focus on is this one in today's video. And then whatever I have left over, I'll put it towards this one. Maybe I'll do that on camera, just kind of depending on the time that I have from creating this card. Okay. So first, before we even open that up, I want to see what colors do I want to use. That would be, these are just some paint samples that I had quickly grabbed. I feel like I'm playing cards. So, okay. I love playing euchre. It is a fun game to play, card game. I feel like it's a Midwestern game. I feel like no one down here in the South knows what euchre is, and it's so disappointing. So let me know if you know what it is. I don't know how many different colors do I want to do here. I'm just kind of pulling ones that I'm like attracted to or just gravitating towards, I suppose. Maybe this will be our, so we got our color palette all picked out. So now it's a matter of just die cutting and putting it on our card. Now I do have some sentiments, and I'll bring that in. In fact, I had to use my Cricut because the stamps that I chose did not come with a die set. Trust me, I would have bought the die set with this one, but it did not. Okay, so I'm just going to use my snips to cut that apart. First thing is first, I'll get the card base cut out. Okay, let me just make sure that that is on there like so. Perfect. And then I'll bring in some scrap piece of paper. Let's see here. I think I'll need probably 10 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I'll get this cut out. I'll have to cut this out. Why wouldn't they just do 5 or 2? Okay, anyway, I'll get that cut out, I guess, 4 times. This seems kind of ridiculous. I don't know why they didn't just do that, but anyway. Okay, so there's our piece, and let me bring in a piece of cardstock. In fact, I might even cut this and layer it twice to give a little bit more of a dimensional view, or more of a dimension feel to it, because there's no way I'm adding foam tape to that. And then also I'm going to go ahead and move that over, use this piece and get that centered, and then I will flip that over, and then I will run this through my machine again. Now that that is out of my way, I'm going to go ahead and just kind of position this. Now I need to be smart about where it gets positioned because I do not, I don't have a lot to use. It's not like I can get more cardstock. Like, this is all I have in my stash right now. So I need to be, smart about how I'm going to use this limited space. So I'm going to go ahead and put some music on and fast forward through this part because this is going to take some time, but that is the idea. So once I get this cut out, I'm going to go ahead and select another area, and then I will cut that one area out of that. Okay, so let me go ahead and turn some music on and fast forward through that. Okay, I'm going to take a beat and I'm going to go ahead and glue this to my card base and to glue these two together because I want to make sure that I'm not accidentally cutting the same flower twice. So I'm going to I'm going to go ahead and glue this together, and then I'm going to go ahead and glue this to my card base. The one thing that I guess I could have done, now that I'm thinking about it, is I could have put some double-sided tape on this and then die cut this, so that way I'm not having to glue every single piece of this, and I think it would be a little bit easier, excuse me, but you know what, that's okay. I'm in no rush to finish this card. I just need to make sure that looks like I kind of, oh, you know what, it's because I have it upside down. See, this is why I wanted to test it. I'm like, whoops, I messed up on my die cutting, but nope, Rachel, you just have it upside down. See, now I'm kind of glad that I did liquid glue now that I'm thinking about it, because then I have more wiggle room as opposed to not using liquid glue. If it was using a double-sided tape and kind of using it like a sticker, then I don't have a lot of wiggle room, and I think I needed that for getting this aligned the way I need it to be. Okay, I'm gonna flip that over, and then I'm gonna go ahead and apply this to my card base like so. Okay, and just trying to get this aligned. See, this is what I worried about, that I changed the shape of it ever so slightly, and then it just not fit in there the way it was supposed to, because some of these pieces, and I think it has to, I wonder if it sits below it. Maybe it sits below the die. Oh no. Maybe that, because it's not, they're not fitting in there the way they're supposed to. Okay, well, you know what, here's what we're gonna have to do. I'm gonna keep this. I'm not gonna dispose that just yet, and I'm gonna go ahead and run this again. Fact, let's see, I am going to use 110-pound cardstock, so I'm actually going to cut this. This is like a card base, and I'm going to go ahead and cut this at 5.5. Okay, instead of using 280-pound, I'm just going to do one 110-pound, and that actually should not lose the integrity of it when I glue it, because it does kind of, I think, mess with the shape of this die. Okay, yeah, that did a lot better. Perfect. Okay, so pulling that, I can use that for scraps, and then now I need to be careful. No, I don't need these pieces. I really don't. Okay, I'm actually gonna try to, I'll take these pieces out that are falling out, but I'm going to try to keep everything in place. I'm not sure why I'm doing that just yet. To me, it's making sense. So I'm going to try to leave those pieces in there, and we'll see if that's going to help any. In fact, you know what? I'm just going to leave yeah, see, there's a piece that I need to keep. Okay, I'm just going to leave everything intact and leave that alone. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is just kind of place where I cut it, because again, I want to kind of figure out, oh wait, I think I have this down here. Yep, I knew that I had that there. Okay, and then this piece is here. And then I think I have this piece there. Yep, nope, I think I did. It just kind of cut off wonky. Dang. Okay, well, it is what it is. I don't think I have any more room with that purple. No, that purple is all cut up. So that's going to be in whoopsie, but that's all right. And then this one, I think, goes right there. Yeah, okay. All right, so let the games continue, and I think we got a good thing going. This is what I would definitely suggest, is cutting this die out with 110-pound cardstock. It's way more sturdy and it's going to be easier to use, and then just kind of piece it together. So that's where we're heading right now. That worked out really nicely. So I have all my pieces die cut out. Now I'm sitting here thinking, what approach do I want to do for this card? Because obviously I don't want to mess this one up. Okay, I'm going to use this as my, since I have, I'm going to use that to my advantage just so I don't lose my space for everything. So I'm just going to kind of put that there. I mean, it's not like I can't, you know, figure it out. But I think this is probably going to be just a little bit easier, an extra step that I think that I should end up taking. Flipping this over, I am going to carefully, because I don't want to accidentally get glue on those pieces that I don't want there, and I need to keep that piece and not lose it because that piece is important. So, you know what? I'm like overthinking this. Okay, that's fine. I got it. I could add some washi tape, but I think I'm just going to, oh, see, hang on, come on, let's go back. Let's go back. This is just going to help me with gluing this down. I'm sure it'll be fine, largely because I'm using 110-pound cardstock, but just, dang it. All right, in the event it won't, I want to keep that in there so I don't lose the integrity of the design. Okay, wonderful. Okay, back to gluing. Okay, I have that glued down. So then I am going to very carefully, I have some glue there, so I got to do a little bit to the side, and then I'm going to flip this over again very carefully, and then I'm going to move everything into spot. And honestly, y'all, I really don't think that it was necessary to keep those flowers in there. I just kind of did. I think the 110-pound cardstock would have been just fine, but in the event it's not, that's why we did that, right? Okay, so you can even do tone on tone. Like, look at this. This is so cute. Just white on white. That is really cute. Okay, I'm going to end up trimming this down because somehow I'm a little off on this. Not sure where because it's lining up at the top. Okay, there's that. And I'm going to put my block and push that down. Okay, right into place. Good as new. Perfect. Alright, so then this next part should be the easiest part, and it is gluing my little paint samples into position. So we're just going to go ahead and add some glue to each one and glue them on to our card panel. Okay, I have it all put together and it came out so cute, and it's hard to believe that this was made all by paint samples. I mean, how stinking cool is that? I mean, you never know what you need to do with them after you use them, and well, now you have a reason to keep them, and when you don't have the cardstock that you need, maybe run to Lowe's real quick if that's near you, or Home Depot, or you know, whatever paint store you have near you. Sometimes it's fun to work with unconventional materials and to create something. I have a whole set of like list of things I want to bring to the channel that are considered quote unquote unconventional, like materials that I normally would not craft with or use to create with, and I'm excited to bring that to the channel. Okay, where's that? This card is so super duper cute. Perfect. All right, so I'm going to give that a second to dry before I trim this panel down. I want to use this stamp set. This is from Mama Elephant Scripty B-Day, and this does not that I'm aware of. I checked their website and I'm almost 100% certain this does not have a die set. In fact, the images they show you what you can do with this, none of them are die cut out. So that's telling me that since I can't find it, that they don't have any coordinating dies. Sorry, my computer made a weird noise and I don't know what that was for. So what I did is I stamped every one of them out. I messed up on this one, so I had to redo that. And I scanned it into my, I used my scanner to scan this in, and then I brought it into Design Space, removed the background, and then I just did an offset and created a bunch of dies. And so I'm using this as a stencil so I can line this up really well when I go ahead and stamp it. So that is an alternative. I do have a video on how to create dies for stamps that you have. So check that out. And so I created a bunch because I like to have them on hand. So that's what I did. Okay. So let's go ahead and open that up, and I kind of need to figure out, well, you know what, let me trim this down first because I want to know, I kind of need to know what sentiment I want to use based off the size, excuse me. So I'm going to go ahead and trim this whole thing down. Well, we just need to add a sentiment, and do we want to make this, let's see here, do we want to do birthday wishes? I do have a die, so this will actually give me an idea. Would it cover up too much or would it get lost, that type of thing. So I think I have a big birthday hug. Okay, so I need to find the die for that. That is not it. Okay, that's it right there, and I think that will be perfect. Right? Big birthday hug. Yep. Okay. Wonderful. Easy peasy. All right. And I do have extras, and I may add, or no, I don't know what I'll do. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and stick this in my little stencil, if you will, or my template, I should say. Oh, you know what? I need to do this upside down. Okay. And then I am going to stick this right in here. Before I do that, I think what I'll do is I'm going to put my stamp down first. I think that I can use the outline that's been cut to fit it in there. That way there's no guesswork. There we go. Perfect. And then now I can lay my die cut in there. And hopefully I have this lined up good. I'm a little off, so I'm a little worried. But everything else is lined up, so I should be okay. Okay, close that. Okay. Yeah. I am definitely off on that. Not sure what happened. Okay, I'm actually going to bring in a piece of scratch paper. Okay, so that way I'm not wasting my dies, and just making sure that I have this lined up and not so hard to see those lines. Okay, this is going to help make sure that I don't have this all wonky. Okay, let's try that again. I don't need to stamp it really good, or really well, excuse me. Just need to, yeah, perfect placement, awesome. Love it. And if you ran out of die, you can just trace around it and then trim it. You know, use your scissors to cut it, you know, so if you don't want to open up your Cricut and go find the file, you can always just trace around it, and then you are good to go. All right, so now I gotta find where that die is. I don't think I need to double stamp that. I think that did a really good job. See, and that's how it's done. Okay, I went ahead and added a foam panel to the back of this and put that on top of my card base. And then I added some more foam to the back of my sentiment, just to give it a little bit of a boost of dimension. And I could have, well, I feel like I just want it nice and centered. What do y'all think? Should I? Yeah, that looks kind of silly, right? Okay. There we go. I love this. Oh my goodness. And you know what? Let's go ahead and do, I kind of want to do some Wink of Stella, but I'm worried of how the paint would react, or the paint chip. Let's go ahead and just try a little bit of Wink of Stella on a scrap piece. And actually, well, you know what? I don't know if I want that. And I don't know. Let's see what some sequins looks like. I went ahead and added some iridescent moonshine sequins to it. I think that just gives enough little boost of, I don't know, excitement to the card. But here is what it looks like, and yeah, I love this. And this was all done with paint samples. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and get the other card done off camera just to show you another version of using these, and I will be right back. I was able to get the second card done, and actually I did 2 more. So we have 4 cards that I was able to get from those little paint samples. So here, just to remind you, here's what card 1 looks like. Absolutely love it. Here is card 2, and oh my goodness, it's gonna be hard to tell which one is going to be my favorite, but this is card 2. I added some stickles to this one, and of course those sequins, and I just gotta say this little bloom set is going to be super cute to make some Christmas cards, because all I see is a Christmas ornament, right? So there is card 2. Here is card 3. I just kind of grouped them together, added some stickles in the middle. Lastly, card 4. Oh my goodness, y'all. Such a great group of cards. I love how all of these turned out. Let me know which one is your favorite. Card 1, card 2, card 3, or card 4. Alright, thank you so much for watching. I will catch you all in the next card craft haul video. Bye.
Hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe to my mommy's channel. Bye bye.